everyone, it's Michael Fair from FilmFestivalCircuit.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about our creative scorecard feature for serious filmmakers and screenwriters that want success on the film festival circuit. Why did we create this system? Well, basically, we have 5 scorecards that we give to every single submission. So we have 1 marketing scorecard, 3 creative scorecards, and 1 technical scorecard. And each of those scorecards are worth 20 points apiece, which adds up to a perfect 100. So if you want to see how your film scores against other films or your screenplay scores against other screenplays, that's the number that we assign it once we've evaluated it. The marketing scorecard is free. I talk about that in another video. All you have to do is create an account at filmfestivalcircuit.com, and you can use the same email address you submitted with, whether you submitted directly or if you submitted through Film Freeway or a third-party service. We use your email address to create your account behind the scenes, and then you create a new username, and as soon as you log in, you go click on My Submissions, and there's all your submissions, and you can view your scorecard for every submission that we have in our system to every one of our 12 different film festivals. We're a growing company, and we wanted to come up with a system where we have fair judging across the board as far as the questions that we are asking that's equal and the same as every other film festival that we have. So think about it, if you submit to the Austin After Dark Film Festival and you submit to the Oregon Screams Horror Film Festival and you're submitting a screenplay or you're submitting a horror film, one of the questions that is being asked about your screenplay or film is on a scale of 1 to 10, how scary is it? Well, when you get those scores in Austin from that group of judges in Texas and you get that score in Oregon from that group of judges in Portland, you can kind of compare the two and see how they're scoring to see how you're doing in different markets. That exists within our network in the 12 film festivals that we operate, but quite frankly, there are a lot of film festivals that operate with their own scoring system. A lot of times it's very generic, it's very similar. They have the same scorecard for documentaries that they do for comedy films and horror films, and sometimes it's just a scale of 1 through 10. I met one film festival that says, hey, we watched the film with 3 judges, and whoever, if 2 out of the 3 raises their hand, then we accept it. I don't know. People have systems. We don't do that. We started in 2008, and we got very, very specific as the years went on to exactly which questions we want to ask for each festival. I'll give you another example. Let's say that you had a romantic comedy film and we had a question about the character arc of the main characters or characters from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. We asked our judges to rate that. Was there a very good character arc developed in this romantic comedy film? You want to know those things specifically about that film, and it's a question that we would never ask about a documentary film, right? So those questions can be very different, and it's important for those of you that are serious to unlock this feature. It costs $25 per season to unlock all of your scorecards. So what do I mean by that? If you submit to the Portland Comedy Film Festival Fall 2024, then all 5 of your scorecards for that season are unlocked with a simple $25 payment. We take that $25, we pay our judges. We don't have volunteers, we don't pay anyone zero, we don't have interns who are just kind of clicking through films and don't really, focus on what they're doing. Every single judge is required to fill out a scorecard, which requires them to either read your screenplay from beginning to end or to watch your film from beginning to end and answer questions throughout the process that lets you know as a filmmaker that your product is being properly evaluated by the judges. And like I said, we pay them, and not a whole lot. It's not a get-rich scheme or anything, but we do pay our judges, and that way they are compensated for their work, so we're just not waiting on a bunch of volunteers to watch 1,000 films in one night and judge them really, really fast, skimming all the way through them to figure out who wins. No, when you read your scorecards, you can understand that whoever evaluated your film watched the entire thing. So that's peace of mind for you. That's also feedback as you are tweaking and honing your craft, as you maybe tightening up an edit or tightening up a script or something like that. Having notes along the way are really going to help. If you have a bunch of notes that the editing and pacing of your film is super slow throughout the entire film from beginning to end, and you're seeing this from the 3 judges in Atlanta, and then you're also seeing the same feedback from 3 judges in Portland, you may want to tighten that edit up a little bit, because you got to remember the judges are comparing these films and screenplays to other work all the time. So if yours is super slow, or if your production is off, or if you're having these sound problems, that's the feedback you need. Now, I know what it's like to be a filmmaker and sit there and you're in the editing suite with your film for 2 months, and in your mind, you've done everything you possibly can to make that submission the best that you can. Well, that feedback, that last little percentage, those little words that help you out, those little tips are the difference between being not selected and being an award winner. It's really tweaking your creative work so that people are noticing less and less problems, and they're able to, remember, problems and technical problems with your story, your screenplay, take people out of the dream state that you get when you're trying to visualize something that you're reading, or you're trying to really just enjoy content. You want to just be completely entertained. And trust me, you score higher when people aren't finding a million problems with your project out of the gate. Submitting to our film festivals gives you that feedback. Think about it as a warning system, as an alarm system, or maybe just as affirmation to say that you're on the right track. I think it's really important. As a filmmaker that submitted to film festivals many years ago, I want to be treated in this way. I want my film festival to communicate with me. I want my film festival to tell me why I didn't get selected. I don't like to sit there and just wait for months and months and months while you're waiting for that in consideration to either flip to not selected or flip to selected, and they send you a form letter and say you're out of here. I don't like to be treated that way, and I don't want to treat people that way. And that's why we have this system across the board, all 12 film festivals. And for every single film festival, your scorecards are going to be generated whether you get in or not. I've seen film festivals charge hundreds of dollars for judges' notes. And, this isn't one of those breakdowns where we sit there and suggest all these things that you should have done. And there are different services out there that charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a different service, and I get that. But this particular one is, they have evaluated your work, and these are the first thoughts that come out of my mind, and that's what's really important to this process. Get the scorecards, invest in your future, invest in your career, and get better every single time, and you'll be hoisting up those awards and having a great run on the film festival circuit so that you can achieve your dreams. People come to us with their beginning works, their short films, their feature screenplays, their short screenplays, their teleplays, their music videos, their mockumentaries, whatever it is. You come to us as kind of that first step where you're getting nominated for awards, you're viewing your content on screen for the first time, you're getting some feedback about it. It's a very important step in your career if you plan on making this a career. If you have any questions about the process, you can drop me an email, or you can go to filmfestivalcircuit.com, scroll to the bottom, it says contact us, and you can just reach me by clicking on that contact button. Have a great day, and thanks for checking out the video.